Coach, it was a great way to welcome fans back to Slater. A nice big win on Saturday over Miami. What were your takeaways?
The biggest takeaway was the crowd was outstanding. It was really fun to see that many people in Slater Family Arena, and then for our guys to continue to just keep coming back and take a punch and take a punch and take a punch, and then just to finish it off and get a win in front of that kind of a crowd is a really good thing moving forward.
Nathan Berg, we talked about him a little bit before or after your first games at RPI. Just he continues to kind of his consistency on the team. What does that mean to have a guy like that on ice?
Yeah, I think he's getting more comfortable every day with his teammates in Bowling Green State University and going to school here and how we practice and how we play. So to see him getting more and more comfortable, and obviously it's translating to his play on the ice. He's done a real good job. He works really hard Monday to Thursday, and it puts him in a good spot to have some success on Friday and Saturday.
Opening CCHA play this weekend at Bemidji State. They opened last weekend with a couple of close wins on the road at Northern Michigan. What are you expecting with the Beavers?
It'll be really tough. They're a very good team, and they're really comfortable playing close games. If you look at their schedule, they've played 6 games, and 5 of the 6 have been 1-goal games. And we know that, whether it's 2-1 or 6-5, Bemidji is comfortable in a tight game. And they're a team that's really well coached, and they understand who they are. They play a certain way that they're comfortable with, and they recruit to that style. And they're a team that they're not going to give you anything. You're going to have to earn every opportunity you get, because they're just a very difficult team to play against, and it'll be a real good test for us on the road up there for sure.
They outshot Northern Michigan on Saturday, and they kind of switched up, put a freshman goalie in at the end on Friday. Do you kind of alter your game plan at all, seeing them perform like that?
Yeah, the interesting thing about the freshman goalie is his brother was a goalie for us here. So Matthias Scholl's younger brother, Thomas Scholl, who played for us, and he went in and did a nice job. They got down early on Friday against Northern Michigan, who also has pretty high aspirations this year. And for him to go in and shut the door and then come back and get the win on Saturday, he's got to be feeling really good about himself. So we're, regardless of who plays in goal for them, we've got to be prepared for how they play as a team. They're just a really solid team, especially defensively. They've been in the top 10 or so of statistically in penalty kill and goals against the last 3-4 years. So they're a really, really solid defensive team.
What was the biggest takeaway you were able to get from what you guys were able to do against Miami last week?
We generated more offense, which was something that after the RPI series we talked about. We're typically a team that we like to get 30-plus shots a game, and we like to get more offensive opportunities than our team. And at RPI, that first weekend, RPI made it difficult for us to do that. So we got more guys involved this week. We had more guys playing the game the way we see ourselves playing the game, and more guys getting comfortable in how we do things from an offensive perspective within our systems and stuff. So that was a big takeaway. And then you take away the fact that our guys just didn't quit. They just keep playing, and that's 4 games in a row that, obviously you don't want to get down each game, but we've been down, and we've been able to stay with it and stick to the game plan and fight back and ultimately get rewarded for that.
Early on, a matchup against an opponent like Miami, obviously the history is there between Bowling Green and Miami. What does that mean for your team going forward to have a matchup that important that early in the season?
We're trying to play a difficult non-conference schedule just because we know it's going to help us long term. And we're lucky where we're located that we have the ability to play really good teams without having to get on a 3-4 hour flight. So to play a good team like Miami, who's a historical rival for us, not only in hockey but in the other sports on our campus, it was good because it was a difficult place to play on Friday down there. They had a good crowd and to sell out, and so to have 2 big crowds and 2 back and forth games and to have our guys be able to weather that and get through it, and it's valuable experience. It should help us moving forward.
Team has been pretty low on penalties for the first few games here this season. Is there just a testament to discipline and the veteran leadership in that locker room, or is that something the coaching staff is trying to emphasize early on?
Well, we talked about wanting to improve our special teams, and one of the ways we improve the penalty kill is to take less penalties. And we believe that has a lot to do with your discipline. We don't want to take undisciplined penalties in the game. And, we had 5 penalties on Saturday, which was our most all year. The 5-minute major on Anton Malmstrom was just a difficult call. He didn't do anything wrong. I talked to the referee in chief in our league, and he said if the Miami player doesn't doesn't kind of fall backwards just as he's dumping the puck. It's not a penalty, but he fell and it kind of ended up being a head contact. But I do believe our guys have been more disciplined. We want to play physical. We want to play, to the whistle, not, after the whistle. We want to play to the line, not over the line. So we're happy with where our guys' overall discipline is up to this point.
Coach, Bemidji State already has played 2 top 10 programs in NCAA. Is there an extra challenge playing a team who had already gone through a tough non-conference?
Yeah, I think they're trying to do the same thing we are. Their geographic location allows them to play North Dakota and Minnesota Duluth and St. Cloud and University of Minnesota the odd year. So they want to do that as well, and they're going to be ready. It doesn't matter who Bemidji's played, they're going to be the same difficult team all the time. And they're coming off an NCAA tournament where they beat Wisconsin in the first round, and then they play a difficult schedule up to this point. So they're a team. They went on the road and won 2 at Northern Michigan. They're a proud program and with a lot of history, and they're going to be a real tall order for us. But yeah, it's going to be difficult because they don't shy away from anybody either. They want to go play the best teams as well.
Also, your team's been on the road in some tough environments. Do you think that will prepare them for that environment in Bemidji?
Yeah, I think early in the year, sometimes going on the road can be beneficial because you can kind of sort of just stay within your group, and especially with so many new guys that we have, it allows us a little bit more time to kind of interact with each other, especially these long trips where you're on the bus and you're getting to know you got a new roommate maybe this trip, and you get to know your teammates a little better, and then from a coaching perspective, it gives us a little bit more time to have some meetings and some one-on-one time with some guys to kind of go over stuff. So going on the road early is not a bad thing. We're hoping it'll be a good thing for us because we've been on, we played 3 of our 4 games on the road, so our guys should be getting more and more comfortable with it.
What type of statement do you want to make this weekend opening conference play?
This new league is going to be difficult. There really aren't going to be any weekends off. And it's a situation where you need to put yourself in a position to play well all the time. So as far as a statement, I think our statement is we want to be ready to go right away. We know Bemidji's going to be ready to go on Friday night as soon as the puck drops, so we're going to need to be prepared for that. And that's the way it's going to be every weekend. So this won't be any different than any other trip we go on. When we go to Mankato in 3 weeks, it's going to be the same thing. So so our guys can prepare and our guys need to be ready. I guess the statement would be to our players is, hey, we need to be ready to go each weekend because this is going to be a really difficult. Whoever wins our league is going to have earned it for sure.
Zach Rose taking over the starting goaltender job before the season started. 4 games in, how would you assess his play so far?
He's been good. We said going into the year that we were comfortable with our goaltending, and we believe that Zach has made really, really good strides in his time here. From day one to today, he's grown, and that's a testament to his everyday approach and his maturation process, not just as a player but as a young man. And so the success he's having isn't by it's because he's worked at it. It's not just by happenstance that he's having success. It's good on him for doing the stuff he's done, and we feel good about our goaltending in general. We just had conversations not only about Zach but Christian Stover as well, and he's done a nice job in practice. And so we're hoping that our guys can continue to elevate and push each other, and for us that's a great situation. But we're real happy with where Zach's at.